Hello and welcome back to part two. As you know, I'm Peter Davis. It's great to see you back. We had a great time with the first session, and I know that we're going to have an interesting and perhaps really challenging session when we look at the issues of leadership within the cooperative sector. Leadership is one of those topics which really we can't avoid, particularly today, because we're in a situation where the world, the economy is in great flux, there's enormous changes taking place, and we really do need the kind of leadership vision, leadership integrity, sense of mission, and a communication to the followership of where we're going and why we're going. And there needs to be a real belief and a commitment and a sense that we can actually do what we say, not just talk it, but do it and live it. And good leadership in any organisation is as much as anything about promoting that organisation's brand, its image, what makes it different, what is the cooperative difference, and ensuring that all the people in that organisation understand that, live it in the way they're responding to the various stakeholders, whether they're suppliers or customers, whether they're trade unions, or whether it's the community at large. The cooperative difference is being promoted because the leadership understands that difference and can really make it relate and reflect the way they conduct the particular business that they're in, whether it's a credit union or an agricultural co-op or a food co-op or whatever. When we talk about leadership within this particular program, we will start with the first module where we'll be looking very much at the origins of the ideas. I introduce you to the works of Max Weber, a German sociologist, and we're going to look at the whole idea of how organisations legitimate authority. He was very interested in that, and he identifies three principal means by which authority gets legitimised. The traditional approach, traditional leadership, charismatic leadership, and the rational bureaucratic model, which is the one that we're most familiar with in terms of our day-to-day structures and institutions. But all three are quite important and potent within their way in which they can influence organisations and how they actually operate in real time. We then go on to look at the way the literature in that first module has evolved, how it's moved from studying traits into styles, into contingency theories of management to strategic management. And we look at how these ideas haven't been so much superseded as built on each other. And then when we've got that sort of basic idea of the leadership literature under our belts, in the second module we start to look at the latest developments in leadership theory. We're going to look at particular models that may be particularly significant for cooperatives. We'll want to look at the issues around servant leadership models, transformational versus transactional models. We'll want to look as well at the whole way in which leadership within a cooperative context can be seen as problematic. The relationship between executive management and boards, and the whole process of governance, and what is the leadership role in engagement with the membership. In this second unit, we're also it's very important that we explore the role of followership, because particularly in a cooperative context, the quality of followership is absolutely crucial to the cooperative agenda. Followers are people who operate as leaders in their local context and in their level. Followers have to be people who can understand the vision that the leader has and can understand when they need to challenge what they're being told to do in order to pursue that vision more effectively, because followers have knowledge that leaders need. And there's therefore a dynamic relationship between the quality of followership and the quality of leadership, which we need to engage with in a democratic culture, a working culture like a cooperative. That is very, very important to understand. When we move on to the final section in this module, we start to look at really where things haven't always worked out well and where they have. So we'll have a case study which looks at a particular period of one of the biggest co-ops in the world, where there was a turnaround and a great success story to be told, and then how things fell apart. And I have no hesitation about presenting a case study which in the end ended as a failure, because frankly we learn more from failure than we do from success, because there are lessons that we can try and ensure we don't repeat again. So we're very much interested in looking at leadership in a practical, hands-on way. We're also very much concerned with looking at leadership in terms of the need to respond to a changing environment. What is happening in the world? How does that affect our cooperative agenda? How does it affect our cooperative strategy? How does it affect our cooperative vision? Ultimately, that's the question that we try to answer, and we do that together. Thank you very much.